Hey y'all, it's yours truly, 𝗪𝗵𝗫, and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today is Wednesday, which means we are doing a Life in Your 20s / story time type video. I figured I would do more story time / Life in Your 20s type videos on Wednesday just to see how that does. So yeah, with that being said, today I thought we would talk about school. And when I mean school, I mean when I dropped out of college. When I decided to drop out of college, I was about 20 years old, so I was probably in my 2.5 year in college, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, so do not hold me to that. I had just started really living my life on my own by myself, and I just started doing what I wanted to do, basically. So when I actually decided, like when I knew it was time for me to go, I literally just started slacking and not giving it my all at all. Like I would wake up late and run into class like while it's already started. I wouldn't give it my all, like studying. I wouldn't take the time to study even though I knew I should be, instead of, I don't know, watching TV or hanging out with my friends. I don't know, I just was not trying hard anymore. I was just really starting to dislike being there. Like it was starting to feel like torture to me. Like I hated it. I did not want to be there at all. I was basically going for the wrong reasons, because everyone else wanted me to go, not necessarily because I wanted to go. You know, I feel like whenever someone's trying to make you do something, it makes you not want to do something, if that makes sense. It just did not feel like my time to be there. I was not enjoying myself. I did not like being in school. I mean, I had just been in school for 12 years, you know? So going back to college, not really knowing what I wanted, it was just, How I felt about it, I became really confused about like my purpose, if that makes sense. Let me explain. I just started to be not sure of myself, like what it was that I was actually here for. What did I want to do? Like I just had no idea. Everything was becoming just okay. But it was more like I was settling for something that I just did not want. I didn't want it for myself. Everybody else wanted me to go, especially like my family. Going back to what I just said, I was starting to hate it, like despise being there at all times. Honestly, I thought that I would be somewhere else in my life at that point, you know, impacting other people, but instead I was just stuck doing something that I did not want to do at all. I was almost feeling forced, because like if I didn't stick to this, then I was basically a failure and just another statistic of, you know, those kids who drop out of school and do not finish what they start, you know, just another statistic. That's all I felt like. And so with that in my mind, I just kept trying to force myself to go. But again, with me not wanting to be there, I wasn't really putting in the work to be there, which was wasting my time, my parents' time, everyone's time, the teacher's time, if I'm just coming there for no reason, basically. I mean, I really didn't know. I didn't like it anymore. I didn't want to be there. And everyone around me at that point was just, I don't know. I eventually put in my head all the little reasons of why I wasn't going to amount up to like my full potential in life. You know, I was slacking, I couldn't focus, people don't take me serious. It just was very toxic. Like my mind was just all over the place. And I honestly don't think I've ever like really shared all of this with anyone, but it was just, I was really having a hard time being there. I really was. After I had that kind of mindset, then I started to try and think of like a good enough reason to not go anymore, just to stop going to school. So the first reason in my head that I had was, if I don't go to school, I can work full-time and I can start making more money and saving up. Plus I would be able to, you know, do a lot more because I was saving up money. And I don't know, I just kind of felt like that was one good reason why I should stop going, which that was a fail, because your girl did not save up enough money. Like at this time, I had already moved out of my parents' house. I was trying to handle a lot of responsibilities that I was not used to having. And let me tell you something, it was hard. So like I was trying to make rent and cover other expenses along with going out with my friends and having a good time. Like it was just a lot. So that was another story in itself about moving out at 19, but yeah. The second reason that I try to come up with for not going to college anymore was, and I know this is said a lot and people always try to use this as an excuse, I feel like, but honestly, are they lying? That was, a lot of people who've graduated do not even use what their degree is for. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people who have went to college and received their degree, and they're not even doing, like, the job that they have does not even require the degree that they went to school for. So, oh, and a lot of people that I do know that do not have degrees are doing great. Like, they have very great jobs. They're managers and bosses and owners. Like, so, you know, in my head, I'm just like, you know what? I don't need to be here. I mean, they can do it. I can do it without a degree too. And the third reason that I actually brought to myself of why I should stop going to school was, I just need to stop trying to please everyone, okay? At the end of the day, it's my life. If people have a problem with my decision, then that's their problem, not mine. I get that a lot of people, especially my family, want what's best for me, but what they might think is best for me may not be what I think is best for me. I was so overwhelmed going to school, and I could not for the life of me enjoy something that I was not wanting to do. I just could not make myself love it. I really couldn't. Don't get me wrong, I used to want to go to college. I thought I was gonna be a psychologist and move and go to school somewhere far away from where I live, because I've lived here for 23 years now. But that didn't happen, and as I was in school for a couple of years, like, my mindset started changing, like, from what I wanted to do then, like when I was in high school thinking I was going to be in school, to actually what I wanted to do at that point I dropped out. You know, like, that just wasn't in my plan anymore. That's not what I wanted to do. I done got a taste of a little bit of college, and I just was not having it. It was not for me at all. Not at that point, at least. So with that being said, I decided to do what makes me happy. Like I mentioned in a couple of videos before, I can see how, like, my family and my parents believed that because I was in a new relationship, and again, we did start living together, that being with my boyfriend made me drop out of school. When honestly, that's again not the case at all. Before he even came into my life, I had already checked out. I had already said that I was gonna drop out to my friends. Like, I just had already had that in my mind, and I was just like, why do I keep choosing to be here? Like, it was just not for me. I was already not doing what I was supposed to be doing in school. I was already flunking. It was just, yeah. Of all the people in my life, any decision that I've ever made for myself, Andrew was always one of the supporters that always, you know, stood by me in any decision that I made. Now listen, I said one supporter. He's not the only person that supported my decisions, but he was one of them. So he was definitely not the reason why I dropped out of school. Again, I was done already before him. Now, I am still in no way where I want to be in my life right now. I even thought about going back to school a couple of times, to be honest. Like, I even told my parents, even though I said I wasn't going to tell them, I was just gonna graduate and then give everybody the invitations and let them know, hey, I graduated. But I didn't, and I ended up telling everybody that, you know, I was thinking about going back to school, and then here comes the, when are you gonna start? When are you gonna finish? When are you gonna graduate? All that, and again, I hated that. I really did. But just as quick as I started to get the idea of going back, it just went away that quick as well. Just as fast as it came, as fast as it went. That's how it was. I thought I was gonna want to go because it was gonna be on my own terms, but I still wasn't feeling it. It was just me settling again because I hadn't done what I wanted to do in my life yet. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go back to school. No, that didn't work, and I didn't go back, and I probably won't go back, to be honest, unless I decide I want to, I don't know, a job that requires a degree. No, I don't. Not right now. At this point in my life, I'm still kind of processing what I want to do. It's like, I know what I want to do, but trying to get there is what the actual climb is. Like, I'm really trying to establish myself in a different kind of platform. I haven't really shared that with a lot of people yet, of what I'm actually trying to do in my life, just because I feel like you should move in silence. And again, anytime you kind of express what you're trying to do in anything, losing weight, having a career, a job, whatever, there's always some naysayers that are always going to try and put that down or pray for the worst for you, and I ain't got time for that. So until it happens, I just kind of keeping that to myself. But again, I'm just trying to move in silence right now and figure out what it is that I truly want to do with my life. Now, in no way am I telling anyone to drop out of school. Like, don't do that unless that's just something that you want to do. But don't say that I told you to drop out of school, because that's not what I'm saying. Living in the real world is no joke. I have a real life 9-to-5 type job, and it is not fun, like, at all. when you're in school, if you're fortunate like I was, your parents, you know, will still try and support you to the best of their ability so that you can do leisure things as well as school things. Now, when you go out of school and you decide to drop out or whatever, you gotta put on your big kid pants and do what you gotta do. Now, luckily for me, my parents still have my back regardless of their own opinions about the choices that I make in my life. So I know if I needed them, they would be there for me. But at the same time, I'm an adult and I have to make some decisions on my own, and I have to learn how to survive on my own. It ain't easy. So if you ain't gotta do it the hard way, don't. That's all I can say. If anything, go to school, see what you like, see if that's what's for you, you know, but don't do it because someone else told you to do it. Do it because that's what you want to do. Some people might have to go to college for the careers that they want. Like if you want to be a nurse, you obviously can't just not go to school and be a nurse. I mean, I wouldn't want you to be my doctor if that was the case. But yeah, you have to go to school for some of the things that people want to do in their lives. And what I want to do is just not required for me to go to school. Not right now, at least. Maybe if I further what I want to do. I doubt it though. But by all means, don't stress yourself out over it. Like I literally, and I don't think I've ever said this either, but literally would be in my math class crying because I was so stressed out being there. Like I would be crying. The thought of everything, of the schoolwork and being there, it stressed me out, like to the point where I was crying in the back of my classroom. And my teacher had to ask me what was wrong, am I okay? At the end of the day, if you're gonna do anything in life, work hard. If you're going to do something, you might as well do it to your full potential. Do not half-ass anything. And excuse my language for my parents who are watching this, but seriously, like if you're gonna do something, do it to your fullest ability. Because if not, you're just wasting your time and the people's time around you. So with that being said, you're better off not doing it at all if you're not gonna do it fully. So yeah, but that is all I have to say for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any other video ideas, just let me know. If you want me to talk about anything else on my Wednesday videos, let me know. Again, I do post on Wednesdays and Saturdays now, so just let me know what you want to see and I will try my best to post it. But again, thank you all for being here and you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.